that's a team that's not even just giving Cleveland trouble. That's a team that may even give Golden State trouble. Like that's a really, really, really good team. You got potentially four All Stars on one team, just like Golden State has, and that'd be a great series to see. Boston versus Golden State in the finals with Isaiah Thomas, Gordon Hayward, Jimmy Butler, Avery Bradley. Like, whoa, whoa, that'd be very interesting. That'd be very interesting, and I would like to see that. But you don't know if it's gonna happen. You gotta wait till draft night to see really what's gonna happen. I don't think anything's gonna come out before then. I think they're gonna be very hush hush about this. You never know. The Celtics could grab somebody that they know Chicago wants and make that trade even later on in the offseason. So you don't know anything yet until it happens, but that'd be very interesting. I would like to see that. That'd be a great look for Boston. And if Boston's able to get Jimmy Butler, that might be the turning point for Gordon Hayward to say, "Whoa, that's a championship team I could join and get to the finals, my first finals ever." And I think to be honest, I feel like that might be the deciding factor of if Gordon Hayward leaves Utah, because I think he wants to stay in Utah, but that might be too much to pass up if that opportunity approaches. So let's move on from Boston. Let's talk about Cleveland and Paul George. Where's that going? So Paul George has come out and said that he's staying with Indiana this year, but when his contract is up, he does want to go to LA. Now, today reported that Cleveland is trying to talk to Indiana about getting Paul George. There's trade talks. If Paul George, look, Indiana's not stupid. In order for the Cleveland Cavaliers to get Paul George, they're going to have to give up Kevin Love. To be honest, that wouldn't be a bad thing. And I feel like Cleveland should pull the trigger on this. If Indiana says, look, the only way you're going to get him is a draft pick and Kevin Love, or Kevin Love and a role player, you should give that up. Here's why. Kevin Love, he played he didn't play bad in the finals. He really didn't. If I'm going to be 100% honest, he didn't play bad. He played okay. But here's the thing with Kevin Love. He didn't make a difference. He didn't change the game. He wasn't an X factor. You bring Paul George on to the Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron can sit down and the offense can still keep going. Kyrie can be on the bench and the offense can still keep going because Paul George is that good of a scorer. Paul George is doing that right now. He's playing with nobodies and scoring and winning games. So it'd basically be the same thing if you went to Cleveland and LeBron James and Kyrie Irving were on the bench getting some rest. Then it would just flow so much better. You wouldn't need Kyrie on the floor all the time. You wouldn't need LeBron playing so much minutes. Everybody's getting rest. Like, it would really be a perfect fit for Paul George to go to Cleveland. But here's the thing. I don't know if Cleveland's going to be able to get him to agree to re-sign after that 1 year if they get him. And Cleveland's talking about they don't need him to agree to a long-term deal and all that other stuff. And they feel like their culture will be enough after 1 year to keep him. And I don't know. I don't know if I would. I guess like if you're fighting for that championship and all things go well, yeah, but things like you can't predict life. Like life always gives you curveballs. Life always changes. You can never predict the future. So I don't know if I would go as far as you don't need it, but I feel like I guess they're gonna put all their eggs in a basket. Look, if they're gonna do that, I don't know. I don't know if that's the best decision for them to put all their eggs in the. But you know what? It might not be that bad of a decision. You want to know why? Because LeBron James is only getting older, and he might only have 1 or 2 years left. And if you say to Paul George, look, we only need you for 1 to 2 years, 3-year contract type thing, like that's, and then after that you can go to LA or whatever. But for those 2 to 3 years, you're gonna be contending for a championship every single year. I don't see Paul George turning that down. If you came at Paul George in that way, saying we don't want you to be a lifelong Cavalier, but for these 2 to 3 years we need you, and then you can go to LA and or you can stay here or go to LA, that type of thing, I think Paul George would be up for that. But it's really up in the air. Nothing's definite, but I do truly believe that if Paul George goes to Cleveland, and then Paul George on the Cleveland Cavaliers, and then let's say the Celtics get Jimmy Butler and Gordon Hayward, wow. Would the East take a step up, first off? Secondly, the Eastern Conference Finals would be very competitive, and it'd be a must-see. That would really be an Eastern Conference Finals battle of the ages, and I truly do believe that. That'd be very interesting, and I would love to see that. Love, 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 love. So, let's transition into my last topic, and it's more of a serious topic, and one that I kind of feel strongly about, and I kind of wanted to talk about Colin Kaepernick, and, last podcast I talked about him too, but, he's gone to Twitter again, and he posted something when the case for the man who was killed on Facebook came out and said the police officer was not guilty. He tweeted a photo comparing the police to the runaway slaves police. And he showed a badge, and he compared the two. And, he was speaking his mind and standing up for what is right, which I really totally agree with. And I really appreciate that he is sacrificing himself for what he's doing. And I really hate the people that are telling him that, he needs to cool down. So it's all coming from a place, because I was watching First Take and ESPN, and people are, and don't get me wrong, I love Stephen A. Stephen A. is the one that even got me interested in doing what I'm doing now. He's really somebody who I look up to and I admire. But his comments today when talking about Colin Kaepernick really rubbed me the wrong way, saying that he needs to chill and he's done enough and he needs to, focus on trying to play football again. Look, he doesn't need to chill out. He doesn't need to focus on playing. Like, there's a problem in America right now. There's a problem. And Colin Kaepernick is the only one who's willing to sacrifice himself, sacrifice his fame, sacrifice his job and his love of the game for a better cause, for a higher cause. And I feel like that's what's wrong. That's what's wrong with the world today. We're too selfish. We worry about ourselves all the time, and then we worry about other people. Colin Kaepernick is putting himself aside and realizing what really matters and how he can really make a change. Who cares if you're playing football or if you're winning championships? There's realer things in this world that are going on. How racism still is a problem in this world today. Not even just in America. Worldwide. When we talk about what's happening in the U.S., how police officers are killing young black kids, but young white men and young white women are just getting arrested. like there's a lot of stuff going on that nobody wants to talk about, that nobody wants to bring a light onto. And he's done that. He hasn't been scared to. And I really do applaud this man. And I look up to him because he's just so unselfish. Like, he's just such an unselfish person. Like, he could have retracted everything that he said. He could have stopped having a voice and fell back, and he probably would have a job right now. He probably would. But he realized that there's a bigger picture here, that there's more to what's going on. That football is not his main focus. It's shedding a light to what's going on around him and trying to make a real difference in this world is what means a lot to him. And I love his character, and I commend him for that, and it means a lot. So to get back to my general point, people got to stop trying to tell this man what he needs to do and what is right and what is wrong, and how he needs to stop being stop being such a big influence in the movements of racism and stuff like. Nobody else is doing it, so he's got to do it. And to be honest, we all need to help him. We all need to talk about it. We all need to make our own difference. That's why I talk about it on my podcast. Because he doesn't get, he's like the only one who's keeping his voice and saying how he truly feels and trying to make a change. We all need to do the same. We all need to follow in his footsteps, not tell him to change. We all need to be like him. Oh, man. This is a topic that I feel like we try to separate because, he's an athlete. He shouldn't be talking about this. He should be worrying about a playbook or worrying about getting signed. Colin Kaepernick should have been signed. When free agency started, he should have been signed. There's not a backup on any team that I could say is over Colin Kaepernick. And that's the God honest truth. And I say that because this is a NFC playoff champion. Like, he's won an NFC championship. He's gone to the Super Bowl. He's been on the highest stage in this league. Some guys never even go. Some guys never even make it that far. But this guy has. But he threw all that aside, put all that stuff aside, all his success, all his fame, everything, for this one cause. Now, if we can't see ourselves that this one cause is that big, that somebody put their fame aside and put their career aside for this one cause, if we can't see why he's doing it and agree why he's doing it, then I feel like there's something wrong with us, to be honest. We have to change our mindset. We have to change the way we think. We have to change the way we do things. And we really need to look at his life and look what he's doing and take a page from it and learn and be more like him. Seriously. I feel like that's what's the problem with the African American community. We don't get behind each other enough. We don't support each other enough. And I feel like that's the key. To be honest, the only way in this country that blacks have made change is by coming together and making a change. With Dr. King and Rosa Parks and Malcolm X. All these influential black people were able to get African Americans together and work as a team and work together to achieve a goal. And I feel like that's what Colin's trying to do now. Colin's trying to spur the African American community together and get us to work together to make a change, to change this country for the better, to make this country better for us to live in and for our young people to live in, for our future kids to live in. Just make it better as a whole. That's what Dr. King wanted. Dr. King wanted for us now, for for the way we live now to be how it is. It's definitely better since